All right, I think we need to review. When I find the total, that means I need to add all of my fractions together. In order to do that, the easiest way to do that is to add all the fractions that have the same denominators. So right here I have 3 in a row that have a 4. This one's by itself, and 2 that have 8. So I'm going to add 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 plus 3 over 4. 3, 4, 5. So that equals 5 over 4. And then a half is by itself. And since these have the same common denominators, 3 plus 1 equals 4 over 8. Okay? So now I have to say, in order to add, I need to have the same common denominator. What do 4, 2, and 8 have in common? Well, they all have 8 in common. 2 times what equals 8? And it's 4. So I will multiply the top and the bottom by 4. 4 times what equals 8? And it's 2. I'll multiply the top and bottom by 2. So 2 times 5 is 10 over 8 plus 4 over 8 plus, 4 plus 4 over 8. Okay, so now I just add across. 10 plus 4 plus 4, 18 over 8. You are not done. A lot of you guys stop the moment you get to this point, but you have to realize that your top number is bigger than your bottom number. Okay, so that means I'm going to have to divide. 8 goes into 18 2 times. So my answer is 2 and 2 over 8, except that I know that I can simplify this. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So my answer is 2 and a fourth. So that is my total. Let's look at this again. Let's review. So if these are all my fractions, the easiest thing to do is to go ahead and group the fractions that have the same denominators. So I add these 4 fractions together, and I got 5 over 4. This one was by itself, and then added these because they both had 8 as the common denominator, and I got 4 over 8. Then I realized that when I add, I have to have a common denominator. So I realized that 8 is my common denominator. All right, so I got 10 over 8 plus 4 over 8 plus 4 over 8 equals 18 over 8. I realized that my numerator was bigger than my denominator, so I divided. I got 2 and 2 eighths, and then I realized that it can be simplified to 2 and a fourth. Now, when I'm looking for average, I'm going to take my total, which is 2 and a fourth, and I'm going to divide it by how many data points I have. So how many fractions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the whole number is over 1. Well, in order to do this, I have to first get rid of my whole number and turn this into an improper fraction. 2 times 4 is 8. So I'm going to add 8 to the top. So it's 9 over 4 times, remember I flipped my right-hand side, 1 over 6. And that equals 9 over 24. I'm not completely done because 3 can go into both 9 and 24. It can be simplified. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 goes into 24 8 times. So my average is 3/8. That makes about sense. Makes a lot more sense. Total is to add them all together. Average is to take your total and divide it by how many data points you had. So I had 6 fractions. Remember, when you divide, you have to get rid of that whole number. You have to turn it back into an improper fraction. So you multiply, and then you add it to the top. And then you flip the right-hand side and multiply.